Hey everyone. If you're joining, thank you. I appreciate it. Um, so I kind of cheated. I was supposed to do this last night, and I got tired. So anyway, we're gonna paint. Um, I have no idea what I'm painting. I just actually told my roommate, whom you might hear people talk in the background every now and then, and I apologize about that, but I do have housemates. Um, but yeah, she's like, "What are you gonna paint?" And um, I don't know if you guys have had the opportunity to um, see the other videos, but I mentioned how I'm always like seeing like the shapes of eyes or what have you. Um, it's been weird because okay, so I sketch um, all the time. I at one point, um, I guess I still do. Um, Fancied myself an up and coming designer, and how it came to be is I was I guess I should start painting while I'm talking. How it came to be is I was anticipating starting um, school, and so I was like, or college, and this was of course in my later um, years. Well, I was about 26. Yeah. So anyway, um, see now she's in her head because she said don't paint an eye, but that's what I want to do. So, but we'll see. Let's see where it takes us. So anyway, um, I started. Now, let me tell you this: it's a hobby. Okay, I'm not. My works aren't published or anything. I got this paint set off of Amazon, and this easel isn't steady, which I don't like, but this is gonna be challenging, but it's okay. You're with me, right? Um, so yeah, I started sketching clothes, and I want you guys to see it. Um, I started sketching clothes, and I had a friend look at it, and she was my friend then. Um, we're kind of estranged for reasons I may not divulge, but I don't know. If you guys are like me and on this spiritual embarkment, this journey, then you'll know that there were people that you had to let go. Even if you didn't know why it was happening then or why things turned out the way they did, um, we learned later, right? So anyway, but at that time, she was like, the sketches are really good, blah, blah, blah. And you should do something with them. You should have a fashion show. And so I was like, it's just, sketching is something that I've always, um, I got a hold of this. It's always something that I like to do. It isn't something that I took seriously. But um, she encouraged me at that time, and I started believing that, hey, maybe there is something there. And so she actually entered me in to a show that was going on. I was furious because I was like, "Girl, I haven't went to school for that. I have no idea, where to ever begin." But it's funny the things you can do when somebody puts some faith in you, you know. So, funnily enough, she had a friend that was going to um, was in college too, but knew about the neighbors that were moving out. And the neighbors, amongst the stuff that they had left, was this little toy sewing machine. It was like, those little, you can get these little ones at like Hobby Lobby or whatever. And she brought it. I thought she was joking. I was like, all right, whatever. It's fun. Let's see how it works. So I started toying around with it. And we had like some scrap material laying around. And I'm going to try to post it because I still have some of the photos. Some of them I might not have because freaking Yahoo, if your account is inactive for a certain amount of time, they will delete apparently your whole account, which Google doesn't do or didn't do rather. I don't know, but anyway, I'll see if I can find them. But I made it was a skirt. It was tulle. So tulle is a material like they make. If you're not familiar, they make the um, like the ballerina skirts out of it. I'm sorry. I was just thinking. I was just thinking this is coming out really dark. Like I mean, I'm not talking about the physical characteristics, but just where the painting is going, and I'm wondering if it has anything to do with what I'm listening to, which is probably true. But all things, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. So, I it was crazy, you guys, how it picked up. Like, um, I was able to do the ruffling and just it was like a little pink tutu, and then for the shirt there was like some green material, and I made like a leaf for like the shirt, and she was like, "Oh yeah, you're doing it. You're about to do this." So it's it was crazy because um, as soon as I decided, um, okay, I got the toy sewing machine. We'll try to make it work. What we will, um, we went to go. I had to be serious about getting some material, so went to a local fabric store there, and she I was, I have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm like I'm doing now. And I met this lady, and I was like, okay, I don't know how to, you know, do the yardage and what have you. And she was like, okay, it depends on the size of the individual, and if there's such and such size, you'll have to get this, amount of material, and so on and so forth. And so she was very helpful, but I told her what I was, trying to do, and she was like, you know what? I have sewing machines that I'm not even using. Um, and you're welcome, to borrow it. I'm like, you're kidding. And she's like, no, she doesn't know me. I'm a stranger. Okay. And so she's like, that along with, I have bolts and bolts of material that I don't even use. I used to sew, but my hands don't move the way they used to, and so imagine this, like, one week my friend is saying, "Hey, your scratches are great. You should do this." And the second week, she's like entering me into a fashion show without my permission. The third week, she brings this one machine, and we figure out, okay, I can actually make something. And then that same week, meeting a stranger that's like, okay, I'd like to help, and I have this and this, to offer. So God is when you decide, look at what I'm doing right here. Crap, it's okay, it's okay, we're flowing. Um, we decide, you know, I saw somewhere where it was like, I think they said when you decide to say yes or whatever to your dreams are, like, the universe will conspire with you to make it happen. It, I was guided. I didn't even. It's like I knew there were things I could do and probably execute well, but since I hadn't been professionally trained, I wasn't believing in. I just wasn't believing in myself like that, which is it's a disservice to ourselves because if you and I'm speaking to people of not necessarily religious, but if you believe in the Most High in God, then you know that it is written that in creation we were made in His image. So you do have these ooh, divinely inherited traits within us, within you, that you shouldn't be letting anybody tell you, you know, what can and cannot. And I'm saying, so along the way, I'd be really confident in an idea, right? And I'd share it. And here comes an individual saying, um, I don't know, I don't, and slowly by slowly, the light and these are people I trusted, to give me like really true advice. And some of them I'm seeing now in hindsight were envious and didn't want to see that success come to me. Or maybe not come to me before it came to them. I don't know. At this point, thank God, thank the Most High, I don't even care. Um, but I'm selective about the company I keep, about the people that I want um, to share those things in my life. You know, it's crazy. I'm finding it much easier to speak now because I ain't got my face all grand on camera. Like, and that was kind of. It's like I didn't want to hide, but if I have to put on makeup and do all this, which I don't have to, but in my mind, I'm like, I have to look presentable. So I know people have said on my comment about how I look, which it shouldn't matter because we're all divinely created, right? I still ain't. So I don't know. Makeup to me is like putting on clothes. Like, I can't. I'm working through it. Pray for me, okay? Pray for me. I'll get there. Um, but yeah. So anyway, ended up having. Sorry, you guys. I'm kind of stuck on this. How it's blending into it. I don't know if it's dusk, or if I'm talking about the painting now, or if we're gonna go into like a dawn, you know, maybe a sunset. I don't know. So I ended up having the show, and um, the show at the time I was living in Waco, and I don't know if y'all remember that. Remember that design show before Tara Banks was really big, but it was called Rip the Runway. So I called it Rip the Runway Waco. Um, but it was a success. I had some great um, friends help me along the way. At that time, I was roommating with an individual. His name is Brandon, and he was so. Brandon really, he was just encouraging. You know, it's like he believed, he didn't mind. He didn't mind my light. You know, he didn't mind my gift. You know, he had his own. He's an author actually, and he was extremely supportive um, in that endeavor. I had a lot of my sister, um, two of my sisters actually were in the show. My sister, one of my sisters, um, it's crazy. Okay, so one of my sisters is a professional dancer. She's actually a ballerina, and um, she had a walk. You guys, that there's no reason she shouldn't have been on a runway somewhere, but she was able to train some of the girls on how to walk the runway. Now, mind you, these girls were actually attending Baylor at that time, and they were having their finals. I had a friend named, actually was, um, I befriended her from Brandon, but beautiful girl, um, and she was able to secure a venue for us free, essentially. The individual was, you know, awestruck by her and the owner, and he was like, "Okay, you guys can have the venue as long as it's before," because it was also a club, um, and so we were able to get the venue free of charge. So that's something that we didn't have to pay for. Mind you, just all this started from a sketch, you guys. Just a sketch. And my friend told me, "Oh my gosh, you should," you know. So we got the venue. By word of mouth, I was just like, "Hey, you know, if anybody wants to, you know, come and do their walk, I can take their measurements. If they want to join this fashion show, have them come by." So within, it seems like within 5 minutes, you know, I had I had like 20 people. I actually had to, like, you know, decline some people because first of all, I'm making these clothes for myself, and and I don't even know if I'd have that much material, you know. So thank you for painting with me. If you stayed this long, I'm sorry the subject matter is neither here or there, but anyway, we had the so we secured the venue. We had the models, um, and my sister I almost said her name. Sorry. um, one of my sisters, you know, helped with, and she has a ballerina body. And baby, when I tell you, oh my gosh, you should see. So this time I made her outfit. It's seen everywhere now, which pisses me off. I swear, like Like, oh, they all stole my idea, but I'm learning that collectively, baby. If you don't use, what we've been given, then yeah, it will. You'll see it come up with somebody, and you'll be like, "Ah, my gosh, I had that idea, such and such, such and that." Yeah, but did you put it to use? You know what I mean? What did you do with it? I didn't do anything because I was intimidated. You know, I uh, I was intimidated by the success of it. Isn't that crazy? To be intimidated, I didn't even know that was a thing, but it is a thing. It is a thing, and I'm learning that it's kind of like stealing from God. You've been given these gifts, but you're letting fear. Um, we're letting fear um, keep us from living in our God-given potential, and that's ridiculousness. So, oh gosh, you guys, I don't know what I'm doing. All right. So anyway, have the show. Um, oh, my other sister. Oh, that's why I started laughing. Okay, so I have my sister that's a professional dancer, right? Well, my other sister she's a professional dancer, and if we're in a club, okay, not like she not like that, but not that there's do what you do, but she was if twerking was a thing back then, she'd be twerk queen. So she actually so in some segments, what we did is that we had the chocolate boogie dancers, is what they're called, and yeah, she danced, and I still want to draw an eye on here, you guys. Is that weird? That is weird. But hey, anyway. So she did that, and and they were awesome too. Um, yeah. But so what happened is that one was a success, right? And this is what we did. Like the tickets, everything. I printed out my own, you know, tickets that I wasn't, and I just had, I had them at local record stores. Like back then, we had like the record stores you could go buy CDs or whatever. And so, for a percentage, he didn't mind, you know, um, you know, distributing them or whatever. And then we had where you could buy them at the door for like $10 if you wanted to come. Mind you, nobody knows me. Okay, so I mean, and plus it wasn't like there was too much to do in Waco, but we did a little bit of marketing, if you will. So all in all, I got the material for free. I got the sewing machine on loan for free, essentially, and then we got the venue for free because of our friend Jay. We'll call her Jay. Okay, and so the cost of the whole thing, the most I paid for was the ink for the printer, and then the notion. The notions is like the thread, the buttons or whatever or what have you. Guess how much we made for doing this show, which was impressive to me. For someone that just used scrap material to put things together, had awesome people that were just like, hey, yeah, we want to do it, and I told them up front, hey, I don't have the money to pay you. This is just, it's strictly for fun. It's, just to see, whoop, whoop, whoop. Over $1,000, and only spent like $20. Um, only spent like $20 for the ink. That's it. Off of an idea for a sketch. My friend just happened to say that's dope. So God has been showing me throughout my life just the amazing things that can come to be, when you just leap, you know. I've also learned a lot of things about leaping in general, which I shouldn't have done. But, it's life. That's what makes it exciting, I guess. But so the thing, here's what happened. People, all I wanted to do was showcase sorry, you guys, I'm so sorry. All I wanted to do was showcase I'm trying to get this to showcase the art, right? But I became, um, oh yeah. So after the sorry, you guys. So after the show, people are like, "So I want that outfit." Guess who didn't have? I'm like, what? I was like, I want the dress. I want the dress that you showed. Uh, okay. I didn't commit. I just said, right, this was just like a showcase. I talked it up. We're up and coming. We're just, it's just to see what's. But I could see the disappointment. You know, I didn't have anything to sell, so I just did it for like, hey, look what I can do. I was annoyed with myself. I was annoyed at the foresight of not anticipating. You know what I mean? At the lack of just faith in myself not to have that. What if somebody does want this? I don't know why I didn't think. I just didn't. My thing was, let's just get the show done. I wanted to see the response. I wanted to see if everybody was like, had the same, you know, um, just the same. What's the word I'm looking for, you guys? If everybody saw this, look at this thing. It's getting on my. So I guess that I wanted to be sure it was worth making. And in hindsight, and here's the thing: like some of the material that I got, it was. I'm telling this lady had given me just stuff that she had in her house, so it wasn't like I could just go and duplicate the material. It was just like a one time. It was gone. You know. In fact, for payment, one of the girls, she was like she was going to Hawaii and one of the models, and she wanted the dress, and I let her have it. You know, I ended up giving another outfit to a friend of mine that helped. Um, she came and attended, and so uh, yeah, I was frustrated, but um, I was encouraged. I was like, I got something. I know I can do this. I didn't have any training with sewing. I didn't have any, so I know I could do it. So anyway, um, my friend T, she decides she wants to do another fashion show, and this time I was more willing. I was like, okay, you know. And so she was going to be dancing or something for it was actually another event, and I'd just be like one of the showcases or whatever, right? I don't know if I'm going to do that, you guys. Hold on. So I don't know where we're going with this one, you guys. So, I just noticed it looks like the doggone background on the page. That's fine. Um, so Anyway, join another freaking fashion show, and this time there's a freaking and this is like maybe a couple of months later. There's a freaking vendor in there, and of course, guess what happens? He wants some of the pieces. The reason I'm stopping and starting is because um, I don't know what I want. I don't know where we're going. And that's, you know what? So, shout out to a lot of the readers and people I listen to. I listen to um, Divine Soul. Shout out to Divine Soul through Lynn's eyes. Andrew Emma. I'm trying to remember who said, oh, Linda Luxtero. Her too, shout out. You guys, I've had to learn to use discernment when listening, as you always advise to, because sometimes your mind will just run rampant with all that could be and all the possibilities. So basically, it was just saying you have this need to know everything. And when you have this need to know everything, what does that do? It diminishes faith. And before I was even listening to seers or, you know, prophets or whatever, I would trust. Oh my gosh, I was crying. Like literally saying, ew. But I would trust in God. I'd really, really trust in God that no matter what was going on, it would work out. And it did. It did. Um, Even if it was something that in the end didn't turn out good for me, I swear I'd get what I asked for. Um, and I learned. I would learn. Still learning. But but yeah. So anyway, I had this need to know, this need to know. But anyway, we had the second fashion show, and this time I should have known better. But there was a vendor in the audience, and he wanted the pieces in his show, and it's like I already had the confirmation with the first show that people will want the stuff, So why in the hell wasn't I ready? You know. But he was so nice. He was like, "So your business card, And I'm like, "I don't have one." And he was like, "Look, um, your stuff is really good." He said, "What you should do?" He goes, "Go take a couple of business courses. Go take a couple of business courses." He goes, "At least so you can get the business aspect of it down." And I'm trying to see where we're at. We're at 33 minutes. Okay. Um, and so you can, okay, I see something. Okay. So you can be better prepared. He goes, because you do have a gift. And so I don't know why sometimes we're just, or I am anyway, I'm just reluctant. Like reluctant like what are we reluctant about? How many people like I think what somebody said, like how many people gotta tell you that you're good for you to believe that you're freaking good? How many people got to tell you that? And what is that? What is that you need constant validation? As long as you think it's something, do it, put it out there. This isn't open yet. So I said okay, and then I started looking at vendors, and um, Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't even remember what pain I used. Um, I started looking at vendors, and I got I did okay, but I got overwhelmed. I got overwhelmed. I was just like, I got sorry. I went to Alibaba, and this is a third, but then I'm like, okay, I need starter capital, and I'm thinking of all these things that I need. When I be damned, sorry guys, when I did the fashion show the first, I didn't have none of that. I didn't have vendors. I didn't have, you know what I mean? So where in my head that I'm like, oh, I have to have all this for this to, as long as I got enough yardage to make at least, 3 or 4 or 5 dresses for, for sale or whatever, and just start from there, I'm sure it would have went somewhere. But instead, I stalled out. I felt like it was above me. It was too much, and I'm one of those people that I don't want to ask for help. I don't want to ask for help, and even right, and that's a struggle in itself, because I don't know. So in my experience, I've had people that they say they want to help, but it's always there's some hidden agenda there, and that's a pain that I didn't want to. I didn't want to experience again. You know, and plus, it's just like nobody's gonna do it as good as me anyway. What am I kidding? And that's a damn lie. Because there's people that are surgical with this, man. And so, but you know what I wasn't doing? I wasn't praying. But now I'm like, oh, I can do this. I can do it. But I'm learning that we need each other. We need each other. You know, it's not good for man to be alone. We need each other. And if we're having trouble of deciphering just who our people are, then um, pray. Why aren't you praying? That's the main one you need. Is that beautiful being that you descend from. I um my faith is has carried me far, you know, and I swear this might sound crazy, but it's like I knew since a young I knew I didn't know what it was, and I assumed that and I still assume all of us we have something. If all of us, look, no one fingerprint is the damn same. There's something. I mean, I used to think, okay, it's an annoying cliche, but it's true. There's something about you that nobody freaking else can do like you. Point blank serious. No one. No one. And once you're gone with it, it's gonna be gone. You know. Um. Now that's not. I'm not saying go be boastful, but I was if you're like me, there are times when people, oh, you think you're this and you think you're that. I had to boost my confidence because of, and I'm not boastful. Gosh, is that, sorry, you see how I'm incorporating the I in there? Um, if, sometimes when people feel, oh, you're overly confident or you actually got her and you show it, um, for some reason that intimidates some people because what they don't have they can't see their own, so they have to diminish yours, you know. And sometimes it's not their fault. Somebody saw the light in them at a young age and sought out to destroy that confidence. And in doing so, probably were successful. And now you've become the monster you hated, or you just not necessarily hated, but you became what destroyed you. And that's sad. That's something that I'd made up in my mind that I was not gonna. No, you might have treated me like that. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna do that to other people. Which is why sometimes people were like, "Oh, like you dated such and such, or you know." Um, and sometimes I won't lie. I wasn't at a place. They that how do I say this? All in all, I stand by my decisions. You know, I just did a snap. I haven't been on Snapchat in forever, but I was like, I hate people that can't take accountability. But I don't. Not that I don't hate it. I just it gets on my nerves. But I was once somebody that um, I didn't want to look at well how I can contribute it to my own. You know, I was. I mean, I did, but I didn't. I was just. I was lost. I didn't understand. Even if I have the best intentions, why didn't this work out? Why didn't you know what I mean? You can give you all this. Why isn't why isn't it being returned? Not realizing that that I'm learning now, and people can say what they want to about you listen to this, you listen to that, you're evil, whatever. Man, some of the most evil people I know are in church, and that is not a shot at the most high or his house. It's because if you know the book, you know that Jesus went in there tearing up the damn church because of what they were doing in there. It's the people. Some of the people, not all of them, some of them. Right now, I'm listening to on Sundays because I'm going to bedside Baptist. So I'm considering going with a friend tomorrow after I saw some of the people in the congregation of the opposite sex in the congregation. That's terrible. Hey, whatever gets you in there. But yeah, I go to bedside Baptist, and I've been listening to Keon Henderson, and I think he comes. I receive in my spirit as an excellent man of God, and I like the messages he gives. And him and his wife are too cute. Congratulations, you guys. Um, he and his wife trying to use the right English. I've been in Ratchet City for a long time. um, okay. I don't know if I'll finish this tonight, you guys, but do you even care? Are you even watching? It's okay. I'm over that now. I'll be like, first of all, I don't know why I'm expecting more than 13 subscribers. And I am grateful to each and every one. You guys, it warms my heart. It really does. I'm serious. But I rarely post. I haven't been posting as I was before. I went through some things. And still going through things. I'm having to start all over again. Um, and it's I've been I'm not by my lonely. Um, but I'm determined to. I'm not going to silence my gifts for anybody else's comfortability. I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm just, and I'm a work in progress. We all are, you know. Um, I'm sorry if I'm skipping subjects and stuff like that. First of all, it's late. I probably should have drank a green latte. I didn't. I had a burger instead of having a salad. So I don't feel like my mind is mentally acute as it should be. I think it's gonna be nice. But I have all this paint on here, and it's not like I can. Well, maybe if I tie it up in a plastic bag. You See. Um, I'll keep going. So crap. Where were we? Anyway. Yeah. So I hate that I keep doing that to the camera. Um. See, I think I'll get better. I've been saying I'm gonna watch one of those like painting videos to see how they do the realistic eye. So I'm not kidding you guys when I say like there was a time where I have some of those what you call it like I'll take photos like oh my gosh there's an eye in that. I don't know why I'm doing this. Okay, hold on. Oh, I didn't want to move it up. Anyway, I my growth um spiritually, I feel like now I'm noticing um everything is for a reason, and it's not to. So here's a contemplation I had. Um, because a lot of times I've been like, why would the Most High allow us to why did you put the tree there? You know we didn't have no sense. I think you know what I mean? Maybe hope. Um, but I think oh, it's long. Um, I mean, to separate the wheat from the chaff. Everybody is given something, but do you deserve that? No. Here's something. Let me see how you know what I mean? When you have a choice, whether it was influenced or whatever, it's still your choice. Hmm? And giving somebody a choice is it's the act of love. The highest act of love. We have a choice. And this is where it is right now, you guys. I think I'm gonna stop. But yeah, we that was an act of love. And even with us making the choice that we made to want to be like God, which you were anyway. It's just that you wanted the throne. That that's crazy. Creation telling Creator, I'm gonna be okay. You made me, but I'm gonna be like. I want to be like you. I want you. I want what you got. Like you know who that comes from. The darkest part of being. But I guess I'm gonna because it's at 52. I ain't that damn interesting. Um, I'll continue it again so we can parlay. But I think just to close, um, it left me, you guys. That hey, I've used a whole bunch of brain cells during my lifetime. I'm sorry. It was gonna be something profound too. It's okay. We'll keep going. But I guess I don't know, where you're at. If you've watched this long, thank you. Um, thank you, really. Um, we'll continue. We'll continue. Um, but if you're, no matter, I don't know where you're at. I don't know what's going on. But I know what's going on with me, and I used to think I was the only one, and um, that's crazy because we're all experiencing this thing called life, you know, together. But I want you to know that you serve a creator that does give a damn, really does care, and has shown um, that they care. Um, you're not here by accident. You're not listening to me by accident if you're listening. Um, you're not, and if you've crossed my life and we're not as tight as we used to be, we weren't by accident. You know, I still love you on the soul level, agape love, even if we didn't. I just had to do what is best for me and what was, anything that I'm not, I wasn't, I'm not, I don't think I am still. I just not strong enough to deal with anything that is counteracting what's in my spirit right now. If I don't feel right about you, if you're not, and I'm not talking about like you have to agree with me and everything I say, or but if you've done something, I'm not holding it against you. I just, I don't want anybody I have to guess about in my life. I don't want to have to worry about if you truly love me, or if you're truly there for me, or if I don't want to have to guess about you. And if I have to guess about you, you're not my you're not my kind. Not in spirit, you're not. And I don't want to be in an unsafe place. Am I praying for you? Yes. Do I want it to work out? Yes. Am I going to condone your behavior just to no, hell no. For what? No, I'm not. I'm shaking the dust off of my feet and I'm moving on because life is too short to and there's truly um, I don't know. It's just too I don't want to deal. And maybe it's selfish, maybe you take it as selfish. That's your prerogative and that's fine. But you know, to each their own. Anyway, you guys, I love you. It went to 56. I'm sorry. But we'll continue this. This is what we did for now. And thank you for helping me. I appreciate you. Much love. Bye.